All the hot girls make it pop, pop, pop. Bad bitches with the bag say, ay, ay, ay. If he ain't talking about no money, tell him bye, bye, bye. And if you see a mad hoe, tell her ha, ha, ha. Hey, don't get mad, hoe. Get a bag, hoe. Don't get mad, hoe. Get a bag, hoe. Yeah, don't get mad, hoe. Fuck a broke hoe.
Hey y'all, so thanks for tuning in. This is the very first episode of Slay by Sage. I'm excited. Like, I don't know if y'all can tell I'm excited, but I'm excited. Like, I'm very excited. So basically, really with my channel, like a lot of it is gonna be makeup, but I plan on doing like some music stuff, fitness stuff, talking about my pregnancy too, cause like he's getting big now. But so for this video, I'm going to be doing a everyday makeup tutorial. So it's not gonna be like too extensive, something super slight, super light, super, I feel like slight is a word that you could use. Some slight, some light, yeah. So that'll pretty much be that. I'm very happy that you guys are tuning in. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. And really, like, make sure y'all comment, because I want feedback to know, like, do's and don'ts and what y'all like, what y'all want to see, things from me that y'all want to know more about. So yeah, let's get started. All right, y'all. So one thing that y'all must know about me, I'm a really big music person. So originally I was going to do this video and have music playing in the background, but then I thought about it, and YouTube will probably take my video down if I had music in it. So I opted out of that. So y'all just have to hear me talk for the rest of this video time. Hope that's okay, because I don't know, I feel like I'm a pretty good conversation person. At least I think I am. I know that I always find good topics to talk about. So since we're here, let's talk about eyebrows, because in all honesty, I feel like this is really the piece that will make or break what's going on with your eyebrows. I lost my train of thought for a second. This is the piece that would make or break your face. Like when I first started doing my makeup, my eyebrows used to look so big and nasty, and I'm actually kind of disappointed that nobody ever told me that they were looking real bold. But then I had a conversation with my sister one day, and per usual, she gonna tell it like it is. And she told me, she was like, bro, I don't know what you've been doing with your eyebrows, but like, this is not cute. They look really big and you're not filling them in right. And I was like, damn, they do look really nasty. So I got to a point where I was like, okay, let me sit down and actually find out what works for me, because truthfully, I had just been like trying to follow the little Instagram girls and trying to do my eyebrows how they were doing them, not understanding that like the amount of makeup that I was wearing compared to how dark I was making my eyebrows, that ratio was off. So yeah, my eyebrows was looking real like shifty and nasty. And then I just kind of got to a point where I was like, okay, well, now that I know what works for me, I can start doing my eyebrows in a way that won't look all super jank. So originally I had started using pomade, and like now that I know how to do my eyebrows a little bit better, I might dib and dabble into the pomade, but for the most part I prefer to use a pencil, because I'm real heavy-handed, and sometimes when you use a pomade and you can't really control how much pomade you put on there, your eyebrows gonna come out looking like caterpillars. So that's something that you have to make sure you watch for, especially when you're doing eyebrows on other people, because depending on the density of their eyebrows, like you might have a really heavy hand when you do your eyebrows because they kind of thin and sparse. But I know for like one of my homegirls, her eyebrows are a little bit thicker than mine, and trying to do makeup for her, like I have to watch exactly how hard I'm going with my pencil, or my pomade and trying to do her eyebrows so that I don't have her looking bold. So if you didn't know that that was a tip, there you go. But for the most part, really, eyebrows can be easy. You just got to be patient with yourself and understand that sometimes they're not going to come out exactly how you want them. Like, I think that was really my biggest problem with myself. I would start a whole face over because I felt like my eyebrows wasn't cute, or I'm like, dang, they're not coming out exactly alike. And it also has a lot to do with if you somebody that gets your eyebrows done and it happens to be you know, a sister situation instead of your eyebrows looking like twins, that also has a lot to do with how they're gonna look when you fill them in. Because I think my very first time ever getting my eyebrows threaded, one of them got completely ripped off. So after trying to fill in my eyebrows, like, they never grew back the same and they was just looking crazy. So for me, this is the Precisely My Brow Pencil by Benefit Cosmetics. I found this at Ulta, and I actually went in there looking for like a different, can't even remember the name of it, but I was looking for a totally different eyebrow pencil, and they didn't have that one, but the guy there recommended that I try that. And y'all, I'm gonna tell you, that's the absolute truth. I really love that that brow pencil. It's very nice. So this is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer, and this is in the shade Golden. So for me, I like to do a little bit of a it's like 2-in-1. So I'll make the bottom part and the outer tail of my eyebrows a little bit lighter than what I put on the top. Because I don't know, like, that was another problem I had. My eyebrows used to look real chalky underneath my foundation, and I figured out that it was because I was using way too much concealer, and I was using a shade that was like way lighter than what my foundation was, and it did not blend right. So that first one was the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Golden, and this is Juvia's Place in shade 15. So this is what I'll be using underneath, like right underneath here and on the outer tail of my brow, to conceal and make stuff look cool. This, honestly, I ordered a little set off of AliExpress for makeup brushes, and this is what I use to conceal my eyebrows, because I wanted something that still had a little bit of an oval underneath it so that it wouldn't give me like super duper sharp lines, especially when I'm doing like an everyday makeup. I don't want my brows to look too dramatic. But you know, it's really up to you and how you want to do things. And that was another thing, like, I really had to find what worked for me in trying to do my makeup instead of trying to make my makeup look like everybody else or how I thought it should look. And I think that was probably my biggest issue with trying to do my makeup starting out, because I don't know, I think trying to follow the trend and not even knowing what I really liked about doing my makeup or why I like doing my makeup. Because some people just be doing stuff just to do it. That's never good. And then one thing that I do or have noticed, when I do the concealing portion of my eyes, I go ahead and bring that concealer down and kind of use that as a base for what my eyeshadow would be once I actually start applying eyeshadow. So once I get done with this bottom portion, I am going to go ahead and move into the two part of my 1-to-1 method. And again, that is something that just works for me. So if you find that you have a concealer that works on the top and bottom portion of your brows, then by all means do what works for you, boo. I just prefer to use this method on myself. And that is something that I'll ask when trying to do makeup for other people, because some people prefer to just be a little you know, they had their own way of doing stuff. We're just gonna take a moment and appreciate this brow right here. Okay, because I'm telling y'all, this is the one thing that will get me so excited, because I used to dread doing my eyebrows when I would do my makeup, because I felt like I could never get them exactly how I wanted them to be, and I would be so upset, like, why do my eyebrows always look like poo? And you should not feel like that at all. It was just a matter of like having patience with myself and understanding that sometimes they not gonna come out exactly how you think they supposed to come out. And it's okay. Because again, sometimes it's stuff that is out of your control. Because I didn't know that my eyebrow was gonna get ripped halfway off, but I just had to roll with the punches. Like, that was something that was so crazy. I let this girl do my eyebrows in the locker room my freshman year of high school, and I don't know why I thought this was a smart idea. Like, I really think what it was, at the time my mom was not letting me get my eyebrows done. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to an actual shop to get them done. I'm just going to have this girl clean them up in the locker room. Wrong. It went terrible. And to this day, like, I will never forget that. But from that, I did learn that, you know, sometimes parents really have your best interest at heart, because that could have went so bad if I was actually at somebody's shop and then came home and my eyebrow was took off. So I'm catching that this one is a little bit chunkier than this one over here. So I'm gonna go back through on the bottom portion and just bring this up a little bit to make the arch a little bit higher. Yeah, that was definitely an ordeal. But I can't even be mad about it, because I was trying to sneak and get something done. And yeah, that's why you don't sneak and do stuff, because usually it's gonna turn out terrible. So this is my Morphe 433. Can y'all see that? Morphe 433 blending brush. I'm just gonna go ahead and tap that concealer into my eyes. Now, one thing I do want to note, you don't have to use a lot of product when you're going for a everyday makeup look. Like, I'm telling you, less is going to be better, sis. It's definitely not it's not a baking contest, and you do not want to cake makeup onto your face. But now that I have this nice and beat into my face the way I want it, I'm gonna go ahead and start applying eyeshadow. So really, whenever I do my makeup, anybody else's makeup, I always start from the eyes down and then work my way around the rest of the face. it just got easier for cleanup purposes, because I always noticed like I would be trying to do eyes when I had the rest of my face painted, and it just looked super sloppy because I would be trying to get eyeshadow up from under wherever it fell, and it would be looking crazy. So that's definitely something you want to watch out for. So for my eyeshadows, because I want to do a natural look, I'm going to be using the KYLIE bronze palette. Looks really nice. It has a lot of nice browns and oranges in it. So for me, because I do have a little bit lighter skin in the wintertime, I'm just going to use a nice light brown. So I'm actually going to take this color Topaz, and I'm going to use that as my transition shade. So with the same brush that I used for my blending of the concealer, I'm going to take that and pat it in right there. And just with light circular motions, just blend it into my eye. Y'all, my boyfriend called me in the middle of the video. So now we back. Back to blending this in. And I don't know, like, I really, when I first started doing makeup, I was using a whole bunch of like super wild colors and didn't really know what worked best for my skin. But as I got older, I don't know, I really like using a lot of browns and stuff that just looks more natural. Because I'm really all about, you know, loving yourself in terms of making sure that you're using makeup to enhance your beauty, not as like a cover up. Because that was really one of my biggest things in middle school. I got teased a lot because I started puberty early and I had a lot of acne, so my skin was real bad, and I was like using my mom's makeup trying to cover up like little bumps and stuff. Mind you, my mama is like 3 shades darker than me, so I would be looking crazy. And it got to a point where I really had to just sit down and accept that this was a stage that I was going through. And you know, when the time came for me to actually start using makeup the way that it was supposed to be used, I kind of understood then that it was meant to enhance my features and not be like a cover up for me trying to escape what I didn't like about myself. So the next shade that I'm going to use is Bronzite. That's that really dark brown. And I'm going to take that and pat it on the outside of my eye. And then just bring that down.
It's not that I don't want you here. Yeah. It's something about the way you stare into my eyes. I know that I don't make things clear. No.
So one of my favorite foundations is the JUVIA'S Place. This is in the shade Savannah. So 440. This is their velvety matte foundation. Let me go ahead and put that back in there. I really like this. It's like a matte foundation, so as soon as you put it on, it just kind of like melts into your skin, and it looks really, really nice, especially once you get done baking. It has a really seamless finish. So this is the Real Techniques 204 brush. I use this brush when I'm applying my foundation because it has a good density to it, but it's not like so overpowering that it'll beat the stuff into your skin. Like it leaves it sitting on top of your skin really nice. Like, y'all, this is literally starting to melt into my skin. I'm telling you, JUVIA'S Place, like, they have a really good line of foundation for Black girls. And just, I know myself, I have problems with my skin because I have combination skin. So sometimes my skin will get really oily and sometimes it can be really dry. And this foundation is really good with helping me to make sure that I get full coverage without looking chalky or without looking super oily in the face. But even then, if you apply too much, it can make your face look real greasy, and that's where you have to be sure that when you're baking that you're doing a good job with making sure that you're getting the most out of your setting powder or whatever you use to bake. And I do like to go ahead and blend my my makeup down. Now, one thing I will say, some people choose to find their foundation based off of like the back of their hand or their neck. One thing for me that I can say, my skin tone is not the same all around. Like the skin tone of my neck, definitely not the same shade as my face. And right now with my pregnancy, I've noticed that my skin just, I don't know, it's doing whatever it wants to do right now, y'all. Like, I can't even begin to explain how much my body has changed through this whole process. I'm about 29 weeks now, and it's been a wild little journey. Like, it's definitely not for the weak, that's for sure, because you will wake up having some days where your face will look a completely different shade and then go right back to normal in a couple hours. Stuff can get hectic, but you just gotta roll with the punches and understand that, you know, this is definitely a blessing. Like, y'all, this is by far the best foundation that I've used. I would say outside of Juvia's Place, I have used NARS before, and I like their stuff. It's pretty cool. NARS is like a cool little in between for me. I don't know, their foundation is like real liquidy to me, and sometimes I want something that will stick, because I know with my skin being oily, even using setting powder, sometimes my skin will start to drip, and that's definitely not something that I want when I'm wearing makeup. So I'm going to do a light contour. I don't want, because it's a natural face, so I don't want to be doing too much, but I am going to use the Juvia's Place in the 15 to go ahead and get my under eyes and the bridge of my nose. I think that's what this is, the bridge of the nose, and then my chin. Make sure that those spots are well covered, and then I'm also going to do the tip top of my forehead, just so we have a little bit of coverage there. So I usually I try and make a little triangle for that, but it never comes out right. So, and then I'm gonna just do a little bit right there, because it'll be easier for me to do my contour. And to go ahead and buff that out, I will be using my Real Techniques 402 brush. It's like a fluffy blending brush. I don't know, Real Techniques, I've been sleep on them for a nice little minute. Like, every time I went into Ulta, I would see their stuff on the in the brush section, but I never, like, I don't know, I guess I was a name brand whore, because I for sure I would be like, oh, I gotta get MAC this, Morphe that, blah 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 blah. Like, I'm telling you, you do not need a whole bunch of high-end brushes to try and achieve simple looks like this. Like, it's really not that serious. And in all honesty, these brushes work better for me, because I am self-taught. These brushes work for me a whole lot better than trying to use super duper fancy brushes.
I fall for you every time I try to resist you. We can get away. Palm trees, beach views, ordinary day. All I wanna hear is in the visions on replay. Sit right next to you. I try not to show how I feel about you. Think you wish you away, but we don't really want to. I just wanna get away and sit right next to you.
The dark darker portions of my contour. Since this is, again, a natural look, I won't be using a cream contour, but I am going to use powder. And this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit from light to medium. Now look, y'all, don't talk about me because I know I need to get another one, but I will be using this kit for the darker portions of my contour. So I'm just going to get the outer portion of my nose. And really, with contouring your nose, you can sculpt it however you want to. Like, I know for me, I have a bigger nose, so I do like to sculpt mine a little bit more. But again, personal preference. And I will take this up a little bit into where my eyes meet and sculpt that out a little bit as well. Look, y'all, so I have I wear glasses, but when I'm doing makeup I have to wear my contacts because I can't really do my face the way I want to with my glasses on. I absolutely hate these things. Like, contacts are probably the worst thing ever, but I could never see myself getting a surgery to fully correct what's going on with my vision. But I feel like some stuff just shouldn't be played with. Like, you can go ahead and get a boob job, get a BBL, whatever. But your eyes, you should probably just leave those alone. Like, LASIK just seems a little bit too extreme for me in the surgery department. Like, that's something that I could never do. But for those that can, more power to you. Because I, for sure, I'd be so nervous. And then I'm going to go ahead and get the outer perimeter of my face as well. Okay, so this brush is like really dense. So you see how the lines on my nose are super sharp. I'm going to go back in with one of my Real Technique brushes. This is the 206 brush. And it's a little fluffier. So I'm going to just use circular motions and go ahead and blend the contour on my nose out. So that I can go ahead and get rid of those super sharp lines, but still keep my contour there. Okay, guys, so we're going to move on to my favorite parts. Lips, liners, and lashes.
Alright, y'all, so this part of the video just got super weird. I originally was going to go ahead and do like a nice little matte brown nude lip, and then I decided that I was going to use some clear lip gloss instead, and I couldn't find the lip gloss in that particular time, so this part is just going to be a voiceover. So the lip liner that I'm using is the NYX Beauty in the shade Downtown Beauty. It's a nice lip liner, nice little chestnut stuff. And right here, shameless plug, this is my BONCAROL Beauty lip gloss. So I actually ended up using that clear lip gloss right there. That's the shade Bubble. You can also find that at my website. And this is my new product, my BONCAROL Beauty eyeliner. It's an adhesive eyeliner, and I'll talk more about that with the lashes.
So, shameless plug number 3. These are my BONCAROL Beauty eyelashes. This is the Sassy Lash. So, even with this being a nice little... with this being a nice natural look, I still gotta have my nice lashes. So, I'm going to go ahead and take my lash, and each set of lashes comes with a spoolie and a lash applicator. So I'm gonna go ahead and center my lash onto my lash applicator and go ahead and plop it on right where we put the eyeliner.
All right, so boom, right here would be the perfect time to talk about the eyeliner. So it's an adhesive eyeliner, meaning basically how you draw on liquid eyeliner when you're doing like a nice little wing or something like that. It's the same process. You just go ahead and put it right above your lash line where you normally apply lashes at, and it sticks on. Like, I know a lot of people have a hard time putting lashes on because of the glue, so this helps to eliminate that.
All right, and for our finishing touches, we are going to add a little bit of mascara just to go ahead and kind of blend our real eyelashes into our falsies. And then make sure that we get the bottom lashes as well. And we are all done. So the last thing that we're gonna do is use our Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. This stuff is really great, guys. Like, I don't know if I like it just because of the smell, but it's really great. It is really, really great. But yes, hunties, so that is how you do a nice natural beat. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share. And all of my great products that I mentioned in the video will be listed in the comment section below. So make sure you go ahead and check out my website. I will be adding a blog feature to my website, so make sure you guys tap into that. I'll have my socials at the bottom. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Shauna_Elon and BONCAROL Beauty. And yeah. Like, I'm really nervous because this is my first video, but I hope you guys like it and keep coming back to my channel. So yeah.